uncovering the mystery behind birds' stunning feathers. In 1859, Darwin and Wallace introduced the theory of natural selection, which explains the diversity of bird appearances through factors such as flight performance, species isolation, camouflage, and threats. However, about 20% of birds with these traits cannot be directly attributed to natural selection. Take the male peacock, for example. Its long, elaborate tail is beautiful but impractical for survival. To explain this, Darwin proposed the concept of sexual selection, suggesting that male birds develop striking appearances to win the favor of females in sexual selection to have more offspring. Similarly, the golden pheasant mimics millet patterns as a display of beauty. Wallace, however, strongly opposed this idea, arguing that adding selection by beauty to natural selection was a betrayal of Darwinism. He believed that females chose mates based on survival adaptability rather than aesthetic preference. This disagreement led to a long-standing debate between Darwin, Wallace, and their supporters, as explored in the book The Ant and the Peacock. But where do birds' aesthetic preferences originate? In the 1980s, Cheng-Wang Liu introduced the need aesthetics theory, suggesting that both human and avian beauty tastes stem from survival needs. For example, female peacocks' preference for ball-like patterns may have initially evolved from their instinct to seek berries. Over time, this preference selected spherical patterns in male peacocks, leading to greater reproductive success. In the past 2 decades, the author has found more evidence supporting this theory. One example is the vibrant plumage of mandarin ducks. The yellow tail of the male mandarin duck is thought to resemble the flesh of a river clam, while its wings mimic a clam's shell. Its close relative, the wood duck, has similar clam-shaped wings and snail-like head features. Similarly, the king eider has a distinct snail-cover shape on its head. These adaptations suggest that ducks may have historically relied on shellfish for survival. A striking example is the tufted puffin, whose beak resembles a prawn's body. This specific prawn species is found in waters deeper than 60 meters off the coasts of Alaska and British Columbia, where the tufted puffin, the only seabird capable of diving beyond 60 meters, forages. Many birds also mimic their preferred insects. The sunbittern displays patterns resembling colorful butterflies or moths, its favorite food. Bee-eaters exhibit yellow, black, and brown down, similar to bees, while the groundscraper thrush has black abdominal spots resembling marching ants, reflecting its diet. Birds that consume pollen and nectar, such as Anna's hummingbird, often have petal-like markings or pollen yellow hues on their bodies. The cheeks of macaws are ugly to humans, but why do macaws like them? It turns out that some of the leaves they eat are poisonous, and clay can help them detoxify. Even scavengers exhibit need-based beauty preferences. The king vulture, which feeds on carcasses, has a nose resembling intestines and a neck colored like exposed flesh. The red-headed vulture has similar features. Ultimately, birds' beauty tastes are shaped not just by food preferences, but also by environmental factors, supporting the idea that beauty is what you like. Many duck species have evolved feather patterns that reflect their preferred environments. Blue and green markings mimic deep water, wave-like patterns resemble shallow water, and brown tones blend into wetlands. The green-winged teal displays all of these elements in its plumage. The Baikal teal's face features patterns resembling sandbars on a river, an aerial perspective of its habitat. This species nests near Lake Baikal in Russia and migrates to the Yangtze River basin for the winter, favoring sandbars at river mouths where food is abundant and conditions are safe. Similarly, the red-breasted goose has cheek markings shaped like river islands, reflecting its northward migration destinations where it lays eggs and raises young. Despite these observations, some bird traits remain mysterious. Why does the male frigate bird inflate a large red throat pouch? Why do birds of paradise perform elaborate dances? The answers are still unclear. However, With continued study and imagination, more patterns are being understood. For instance, mallards have river-like patterns on their wings, indicating a preference for rivers. But why do male mallards have dark, cloud-like patterns? Observations suggest that these markings simulate the reflection of mountains and lakes, which are mallards' favored habitats. Even courtship behaviors may stem from environmental connections. The magnificent riflebird performs a head-shaking dance during mating displays. The author believes this bird must like to fly along the Valley River to find favorite places. Because the river is winding, the river's end seems to be swaying left and right to the flying bird. Through searching, we can find that this bird really likes the river corridor in the forest. By observing more colorful birds and their behaviors, the mysteries of birds' beauty tastes continue to unravel. For details of the neat aesthetics, please refer to Chun Guang Lu's homepage. All are welcome for communication.